Okay, another tier list, because original content only. We're not judging these cocktails in terms of tiers, that's stupid. We're just gonna judge them all on the individual that drinks them. To start off, Amaretto Sour. Now, this is a great cocktail. Let's not get it twisted. But the majority of people that drink it do not realize that it in fact requires an egg to make. So the amount of people at the bar that will order it because they think it's fancy, they like amaretto, which already has nuts in, by the way. This is an annoying cocktail to make because there's two really big allergens in it. You got egg and you got nuts in the Disaronno slash amaretto. It's annoying. Now, it's not hard to make. The fact that you're using cherry syrup is kind of annoying, but the people that drink this probably kind of refined if you know what you're ordering. If you don't know what you're ordering, you're a dumbass because you don't realize how frustrating it is to clean up afterwards. You can't then reuse that shaker. It has to go through the entire cleaning process again. And you might be saying boo-hoo, but if you've got 30 checks on for drinks and someone orders one of these and they aren't the kind of person that you can tell likes this drink specifically, they just ordered it for giggles, you suck. Right? So you're either a great person that has a refined taste in alcohol, and it's actually a very nice cocktail, or you suck. The duality of the Amaretto Sour. You got professionals and you got casuals. And if you're a casual, you suck. If you're a professional, much respect. Bloody Mary. Okay, right. The Bloody Mary is one of those cocktails that you're kind of a child if you drink this. Not to be mean or anything, it doesn't really taste of alcohol, and yeah, you can argue that any good cocktail probably shouldn't taste that alcoholic, especially if it's a cocktail like a Bloody Mary that's got so much mixer. You know, it's meant to, in theory, have 125 of tomato juice, amongst other flavors. This is kind of like a... This is like a meal rather than a drink, to an extent. This is a cup of soup with alcohol in it. So, if you're drinking this, you probably just like the funny celery and stuff in it. It looks kind of impressive. It tastes quite thick. You're basically drinking cup of soup. In which case, just order a tomato soup off the menu. You know? You're also not going to get slosh of a Bloody Mary. There is not much alcohol in it. Next, okay, right. We are cooking now. Caipirinha, and this is probably completely mispronounced, but as a Welsh Asian person that's never been to Brazil, allow it, alright? This is... Can't actually remember what the main... It's basically like a sugar-based liqueur that is built off with limes and other things. Having had it once, it's nice. But let's be real, the majority of people are not ordering this. If you're ordering this, you're probably either someone that's gone on holiday to Brazil, you're one of those people that's gone on a spiritual retreat to find yourself, or you're actually someone that specifically likes it and is from a South American descent. So either way, you're probably fairly okay to speak to, or you're completely insufferable. Again, kind of the same with the Amaretto Sour. It is what it is. Tequila, yeah, you just suck if you drink that. The Dirty Shirley. Okay. This is kind of, and this might sound weird, the Amaretto Sour is like more accessible cousin. You're probably a fairly decent person if you drink this, because this again isn't a hugely demanded cocktail at most places. So unless it's specifically on the menu, the majority of people aren't going up to a bar and saying, "Yo, one Dirty Shirley, please." While it isn't underground, it's kind of interesting, you know? It tastes decent. It's fruity. Kind of need good weather for it. So not many people in the UK drink it, believe it or not. You're probably fairly cool if you drink this. Probably just quite nice. A fruity cocktail, no one can get mad, you know? Fruity cocktails, there is a time and a place for. Hell yeah. Espresso martini. Ah, okay, right. Espresso martini. The only people that drink this, they suck, right? And yeah, it's a decently nice cocktail. But people overegg, to be honest, as well, how difficult this is to make. It's a little bit annoying having to make a coffee. A single, shot of espresso is annoying to make when you're in the middle of service. But it's not the end of the world. These things just suck because the type of people that order them think they're really exciting and cool and funny. And it's like, no, you've just stopped service for 3 minutes to make a damn coffee. Just get a normal drink. It's annoying. And if you're making these for yourself in your own home, do what you will, you know? But it's these kind of drinks at a bar during busy service, especially when people are ordering them with their desserts and stuff, and they're like, oh, can you time it with this dessert? No, we've got a million checks on. Stop doing this. It's annoying. It's an annoying drink. You're probably really annoying if you order this. Irish coffee, kind of the same thing, but on a worse scale in terms of it's more annoying to make. The whole like thing that you have to do with a teaspoon, like upside down on it, is annoying. And this is the kind of thing that you make for yourself in the morning to wake up, give yourself a kick on a day that you know is going to kick your ass. So while on the one hand, it is an S tier cocktail, it's a great cocktail. Much respect if you drink it. If it's during busy service, you need to reevaluate your life if you're ordering an Irish coffee. That being said, it's a whiskey-based cocktail. Shout out Jameson, it slaps. So it's a good cocktail, but it's just annoying to make during service. So if you're ordering this when you know people are busy, you are just trying to inconvenience people, and that's annoying, which makes you insufferable. You know, it's not cool, it's not funny, no one's finding it funny. You're probably not even going to finish it because half the people just don't for some reason. You know, shaking double cream, dry shaking double cream is annoying. It's a pain. It's just an annoying cocktail to make. You have to make a coffee and then shake double cream. It's annoying. If you're ordering this, get alive. Long Island iced tea. Alright, this is just for like your seasoned alcoholics. Again, this one is not difficult to make. Prior to the last two, this is another one that people complain about making a lot. It's not that bad. It's just all the white alcohol and Coke. You know? They're normally not that badly priced. This is the Aldi shoppers cocktail. It's good. It slaps. It's decent quality. You know exactly what you're getting. And you can have 4 or 5 of these and be like waved. All the rest of them, you're needing to have 7 or 8 or 9 of them to actually feel something. This one, you have 2 and you're like, okay, that's hitting nicely. That's alright. Shout out people that drink Long Island iced tea. And it's not that annoying, so you good. You good. You get the pass this one time. Manhattan. Another whiskey-based cocktail. It's a banger. It's a really nice one. You're probably quite refined if you drink this. This is like one of those cocktails that most people do not have the flavour for. It's a bit like an old-fashioned in terms of like a lot of people... That's not actually on this list. Oh no, it is. Sorry, complete blindness. It's a nice cocktail. You're probably decently refined, or at least think you are if you're ordering this. And that's half the battle, you know? Knowing what you like. Hell yeah. A margarita. Margarita is not quite fruity cocktail that still tastes good. So you can get away with a margarita as a butch woman or as a straight dude. Shout out all 0 straight dudes watching this video. And shout all the butch lesbians watching, of which there are like 2 probably. Shout out Freya. Shout out Liffy, if you're either of you watching. Hello. Yeah. It's just a good cocktail. This one is very easy to make. Looks nice. It's in the best glass. It's refreshing. It tastes pretty damn good. It's not going to knock your socks off. But it's also one of those decent ones for like photos. You know, the biggest compliment you can have is when people like posing with your drinks that you serve them. Margarita's a decent one for that, because it looks nice, got a good garnish, nice little glass. Everyone's a winner. The next one, martini, is basically the same. Now, I'm going to call this one a dirty martini, because that's arguably the best martini cocktail. Cry about it, you know? With martini in the name. Obviously, personally, a big fan of the Negroni, which has vermouth in it, but that's not necessarily always martini, so cry about it. We're calling this one the Dirty Martini. That is a great cocktail. No hate, no slander. You're probably just a decent person. Half the time people order that as well because of like James Bond. So, yeah, you probably just heard it once. It's like a lot of people that smoke Marlboro. You've just heard it somewhere, think it's the thing to do. So, yeah, nothing wrong with that. It gets you in the door. Gets you liking cocktails. Also, martini glasses just look cool. And olives are quite cool. And if you actually drink the brine, you are a absolute warrior. Shout out, you're putting yourself through the trenches for no good reason. But honestly respect it, because there's so many other options on every cocktail list that are just yummy, tasty things, and you ain't taking life the easy way. You're taking it by the horns, and honestly, big respect. Mojito, okay, yeah, this sucks. Mojitos suck. If you order a mojito when you're out, you suck. If you're making them at home, that's fine. Why would you pay for this? It's just soda water. It is literally just soda water. And no, we're not talking about virgin mojitos. We're talking like the actual mojito. There is no point. What is the point? This is just such a silly cocktail to order out. Now, if you're making a big picture of it at home, alright, whatever, because you can kind of choose the alcohol levels. These cost the same as basically every other cocktail, and you get like 0 alcohol and loads of soda water. This is the coward's version of a Long Island iced tea. You're a coward if you drink a mojito. And it doesn't even look good, because it's always got stuff just floating in it. It looks rubbish. This is a rubbish cocktail. Why so many people like it is purely because it's got low calories, but dude, do you not drink for the love of the game? You're a faker. You are everything that's wrong with the world if you like mojitos. Moscow Mule. Again, this is genuinely an S tier cocktail. This is not that bad to make. It's a bit annoying, but it's not bad at the end of the day. Now, a lot of cocktails like overuse just flavors and they just do too much. The Moscow Mule, it's nice, it's simple. It's not Negroni simple, but hey, you know what you're getting. It's hard to mess up as well. You know, it's not like an espresso martini where some people manage to mess it up, or an amaretto sour, which again, kind of easy to mess up if you don't shake it enough. You know, it's difficult to get that thing. The Moscow Mule, everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner, baby. And that's what we love about it. Next, Negroni. This is the best cocktail. Hands down, this is the best cocktail ever. It's one of the original cocktails. And the Italians know what they're doing with food and drink. If you're a Negroni fan, honestly, no shade. You can be whatever race, whatever gender, whatever class you want to be. If you're drinking this with a little... Wait, hang on. Whoever made this has made it kind of wrong. It's not like wrong, but they just put 3 orange slices in it. Meant to just be the peel, bro. Meant to catch it alight a little bit, just to, you know, give that essence. But regardless, that's fine. This is a great cocktail. If you enjoy this, much respect. Have a lovely day. Old-fashioned, in that same vein. It's a very, very simple cocktail. It tastes great. If you don't like it, you probably just don't like whiskey, which is fine. It's kind of one of those lifestyle things. You either like it or you don't. You know? Fair play. If you want a good recipe, actually, we do down at altitude. There's a local whiskey called Penderyn, and we use 50 of that. Obviously a little bit bitters. And then we use 25 milliliters of... What's that Canadian stuff called again? Maple syrup. And it saves you from having to model in like not an ice cube, a sugar cube. And it's yum. And honestly, that's more accessible if you don't like whiskey that much. Just to put in maybe a slightly more appetizing whiskey. And then also 25 milliliters of maple syrup. Try it. You know, you might love it. Obviously, it's very expensive maple syrup, but hey, it ain't coming out of any of our pockets, because... work, lol. Pina colada. Or pina colada if you want to be special. Or Spanish. Not Spanish people are special. Yeah, this is kind of a banger. Obviously 100 milliliters of milk. You're a milk chad if you like this. Or huge. Again, going back to the amaretto sour thing though, it doesn't mean you have to like clean the entire thing, because obviously milk is a massive allergen. But these do taste good. It's a decently long drink too. It's not quite a pint. It's kind of on that level of the Irish coffee where you can sit with a pina colada for like at least 15 minutes and it doesn't really mess up that badly. Obviously the ice in it is a factor, then you get the ice dilution with the milk and that's a bit gross, but they're a pretty good cocktail on the whole. Pina colada fans, you chill. And it's a very easy one to make too. This is kind of like your standard. Everyone's heard of it. It might just be because of that one song. Is it called If You Like Pina Coladas? It might just be called that. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty fire. Pretty fire. Rum and Coke is not a cocktail. Not to be like elitist, but that's just alcohol in a mixer. That's not a cocktail. Vodka cranberry, again, that's just not a cocktail. That's just a mixture of 2 things. Cocktails are typically a mixture of at least 3. Vodka soda, Oh, okay, right. Okay, okay, right. We're gonna stop being elitist for a second and actually rank these. Rum and Coke, that's good. That's like, yeah, fine. Vodka cranberry, that's elite. That's great. There is never a time where a vodka cranberry, it's like, it's not seasonal. You can have that all year round, it's great. In winter, it's a pick you up. In summer, it's a summer drink. In spring, it's, flowers are coming out, red, lol. Vodka soda is, again, for the same kind of people that like mojitos. Why are you drinking? You clearly care about your health at least a little bit if you're drinking that, because it's not got the calories in it. Get another hobby. Put on Lycra. Go cycling, dude. Leave this for the professionals. You ain't cut out for this. Alright? You ain't cut out for any of this. Whiskey sour. Now this is one of the best till last. Now you might be picking up a trend here. Oh, Josco, you like whiskey. Yeah, well, obviously. That's the thing, Shout out whiskey. Shout out Penderyn. Shout out Penderyn Portwood, actually, specifically. They make that in a port barrel and it tastes... It is brilliant. Shout out. Also, a fun fact while we're at it, the first batch of Jack Daniels was actually brewed in Wales. So, Jack Daniels is technically Welsh. It's technically not, but the more you know. The actual guy, Jack Daniels, from Wales. Yeah. Whiskey sour, that's elite. You're refined if you drink that. And obviously that's kind of been the general sentiment, is that more refined people like whiskey. That isn't obviously always the case. A lot of people like Jack and Coke. It's a fairly standard drink, but in terms of actual whiskey cocktails, it takes a certain type of metal to like them. And whiskey seems like one of the less accessible, like, spirits, So people that like it, it's often through hard work and dedication that you actually like it. Obviously, like, a lot of whiskey is just tasty. You either like it or you don't. But some of these, you have to train yourself to like, and that sounds maybe a bit sad, maybe sounds a bit posery, but it's okay to not like something at first and ease your way into it, Because at the end of the day, there is no better feeling than clocking out of work, sitting down at your desk or sitting outside with a glass of whiskey and a cig. That is life. That is life. That is what we were put on this earth to do. Why do you think God killed the dinosaurs? It's because they weren't drinking whiskey and smoking after work at 3 a.m. Because work ends at 2 a.m. for some reason, and then they expect you back in the next day at 10. What an awesome life. We love to see it. So yeah, that's the definitive list. If you disagree, cry about it. If you agree, you the best, So anyway, shout out everyone that drinks all these drinks, except the ones with any soda in, because if you drink soda water, firstly, you're an alien. It doesn't taste of anything. It's like actually the equivalent of drinking tap water with bubbles in it. You are mentally lost if you like soda water. Or tonic water, for that matter. You are deranged for liking that. And also, if you drink coffee-based stuff at restaurants and or bars that are busy, get a life. Make them at home. Have one when you get back. None of these are hard to make on your own. But when you can see people have got checks on, nah, get a job. Do something else. Just order something else. It's not hard. Order a pint, please. The moral of the story is, buy beer. Get a Guinness. And that is winning. Okay. Thank you for watching. Nos da. Tschüss. See you around.